Hello everyone, my name's Nisha and I am the YogicAmnesiac, and we are back with another episode of The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. We just finished investigating the bishop and it was a horrible sight, but for the rest of this episode at least we won't have to deal with gruesome stuff like that. I don't think we need to look at him again. I think there will be a lot of puzzles and a lot of me wandering around trying to remember what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. So let's go pick up this thing on the floor.
A broken phial and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Chemical components, I think.
Well, Watson, as a doctor, you should know everything is technically made of chemicals. So, thanks, Captain Obvious.
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation.
Discipline, not kinky.
This metal rod is for fastening the chilice.
The chilice.
It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Did he just pronounce it two different ways? Like he said chilice and then he said it a different way. I'm pretty sure he just... Oh, I could grab something in there, I think. But why is it green? I'm pretty sure he just said that in two different ways. Oh, it didn't. It just looked like that. Okay. That's weird.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor. An illustrious family.
That picture has nothing to do with anything in this story ever, I don't think. So, this is a puzzle, but we can't do anything with it yet. And when you can't do anything, all Sherlock does is say, I need
Reverend,
something.
I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
I don't think this guy reads the newspaper very much, because he clearly has no idea who Sherlock Holmes is.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend, who was so impatient to call the police.
So, we get to look at these and measure them.
I need something.
Oh, we can't even look at them until we...
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Aha!
A fragment of stone. Peculiar. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
This is a pretty...
boots like those worn by laborers.
I don't want to say tedious part, but he says a lot of the same thing, and I'm pretty sure you have to just
boots like those worn by laborers. This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe.
So clearly not anyone's shoes that matters, just ours. I remember these being really hard to measure. Okay, no, it's not this game. It must have been the previous one. These, like, I could not get it to measure the shoe marks, and it was ridiculous.
Size 9.
I wonder if, can I just, okay. Whoops.
Size 9.5.
9.5.
Size.
Okay. Oh, no. I tried to skip it, and it just went on again.
Size 9.
Cool. So we had 2 9.5s and a bunch of size 9. How many criminals were there? There were 3. Did that answer it? Yeah. Really? Is it wrong? Or am I supposed to? I'm pretty sure there were 3 criminals. One man joined those already in the room. One man left wearing different shoes. One man was carried. One man left the room jumping on one leg. One man
Strange but true.
left the
One of the
room
crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here.
Maybe it's just two criminals.
That's not right.
Okay.
Start again.
I don't remember the controls for this at all. I guess I had to click on the check mark. Oops.
Perfect.
There we go.
We now know that there were 3 crooks. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again. But one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Yeah, or look down at your feet, Watson. My God. Good God, man. Get it together.
A surgical scalpel covered in blood.
One thing
There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
One thing I really do like about this game is that it kind of forces you to actually think about what you're doing. It's not just like, oh, here's the answer. You really do have to come up with the answer yourself in a way.
The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
There are some super loud cars driving around outside.
Closed.
I really hope you guys can't hear them. So we have to pick this lock.
Closed.
And I can't remember what we use. Maybe we don't have it yet. But we use something that looks like a lockpick to pick the lock.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
One problem also with this game is that you can't move while someone's talking to you.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
Yes, I can see that. Okay, so there's literally nothing in here right now. I always get stuck on this part because I never remember what the heck I'm supposed to do. Maybe I just need to talk to the bishop. I can also look at my deduction board. Oh, also, if you're not running in this game, it will remind you how to run periodically, so hopefully we'll see that. What happens if I try to leave?
I cannot leave now.
No? I'm sure you could if you really wanted to.
You have no right to search here.
You have no right to search here.
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
Oh, okay. Talking to Watson will either give you useless information or open the deduction board and pretty much not do anything else. One of the murderers left in different shoes. The bishop's shoes are missing. One of the murderers probably left wearing the bishop's shoes. And then the murderers are poor, I think. That's the one that makes the most sense to me. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh wait, what were these? Bishop didn't own anything of value. Veranda wasn't searched. The murderers were looking for something specific. The murderers were hired by someone, searched for the bishop's shoes, wanted to steal from the bishop. They clearly wanted his shoes. That is one nice thing about this game, is they'll turn it green if you get it right, so you don't have to worry. The victim was savagely tortured. God damn it. Ah! Okay, the bishop was mortifying himself. He was used to pain. He resisted torture, punished himself too severely, couldn't stand being tortured. He clearly resisted torture if he was that beat up afterwards. They came here to kill him. They got what they want. They didn't get what they want.
Perfect.
Awesome.
It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
Yes. Now I think we can actually pick the door. Maybe not.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
These are the most confusing puzzles.
There we are. It is simplicity
and it
itself.
doesn't always work depending on how things are, like what position they're in. I remember it.
There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a reading or meditation room.
It took us so long to figure out what the heck was going on with that puzzle when we did it for the first time, and like, it just didn't make sense at all.
This inkwell was tipped over recently. An ink stain.
I do like that it kind of just pops up, and it's nice that they don't just fade to black like some
ink
games
stain,
would.
quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug. Let's see. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. Someone has moved the rug recently.
Oh, that's another thing this game will do to you from time to time. If the camera doesn't have room behind Sherlock, it'll just kind of leave it there, staring into nothing.
That is curious. There is something strange on the floor. Certain stones have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
Alright, I think this is our first, like, real puzzle that we have to do.
That is curious. There is something strange.
said that.
I need something.
What do you need? Excuse me.
Apparently, someone wanted to hide this
Yeah,
statue.
so they threw a single cloth over it. Oh my god.
This horse resembles a large chess
That's
piece.
not a very good way to hide something. Just put it in the corner and...
There is a message underneath this statue. Let's see. This message was written by a woman, but for whom was it intended? Interesting, this chess game.
What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others will be the right one. I love you. I think the best way to hide something is to put it under a cloth.
That is curious.
That doesn't match
There is
the
something
rest of
strange
the
on
room.
the floor. Certain stones have been
And
marked
we already
out.
heard you say that.
I need something.
That's what. So you put it under a cloth, and then you put it in a corner, because no one's gonna look, right? Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think I know what I'm doing, but I might not be. So bear with me for a couple seconds here. You know what, how about I just say, bear with me for the entirety of this playthrough, because a lot of it's very confusing. Like I said, I really love the game, but some of it is weird. Oh, I can't go there. I can go there, though. And then I can go here. And then here. Here. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. I hope no one's using this as a walkthrough and is like, wait, you're going too fast. Sorry. I always hate it when people take too long, though. Like, come on, man. I just want to use your video as a walkthrough. Hurry up and, like, finish it. You don't need to explain every single square. Bam! First try.
This last piece should be the good one. It will have to be pulled free. I need something.
What do you need? Oh, there we go. So here we get a bunch of letters. I think this is it, but I'll just scroll through them and you can pause to read them. And I'll give you a quick recap. Okay, that's it. So it's just these three. It's pretty much saying that someone
packet of letters
Well,
addressed to the
there.
Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
So this is the great thing about Sherlock Holmes. You don't have to read anything because he'll recap it for you. I completely forgot that he did all that, so I'm not going to have to recap anything, I assume.
Ah, Watson. You were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you.
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well, then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters? What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
Alright, so this is the first part of the blackmail achievement, and you have to select blackmail. You have to do it to 3 people. I think I already said that, but this is the first guy.
I am a gentleman, and it would distress me to be obliged to pass this correspondence across to your superiors.
Holmes, I know that the end justifies the means, but allow me to express some reservations about how you are proceeding.
You say you're a gentleman, but I hear nothing but the words of a blackmailer. The stems that you are looking for are scattered about this room. Manage by yourself.
I really think there's no negative outcome for blackmailing anyone. The ending is the same no matter what. Like, if you don't even manage to solve this, you won't, like, it doesn't matter. You just will have to figure it out, and then the game will end. Cool. Yeah, that was it. So now we have to find all of these stems, and they're in, like, really annoying places, and I can never remember where they are. So we're just gonna walk around and spam left trigger. And I can't remember how many I need, but I think maybe this will be enough. Oh yeah, there's one here and then one in the plant. I do like that you have to pick them up yourself for some reason. You can't just, like, pick them up, but...
You have won.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days? Did anyone come to visit him? Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archive section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
All right, so the safe is right here. It's what we already looked at. See, as I was saying earlier, it will remind you how to run periodically. And this happens throughout the whole game. So we have all the pegs and we can now start putting together this puzzle. But I think this episode has gone on long enough, so we'll come back to this in the next episode and I'll show you how it's done and my trick for doing this, because I think you do face a few more of these later on in the game, though I don't think they're required. So I will see you all in the next episode. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching.